Okay guys, today I'm taking a look at the Alpha MIPS 400 miniature netbook. You checked out the unboxing already. So here it is in action. Turning it on, I found the power switch is finicky. Well, of course it's going to work perfectly this time. But here it is actually from power up all the way. See the little penguin in the corner there. Let me see if I can get this while it's loading. This is the actual real-time, essentially, loading and all that. See if I can get it to focus. Does take a bit to load. Well, there's the penguin in the corner. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's the screen. It does take a few seconds to load, but there it goes. Okay, down here we've got power, we've got settings. Over here we've got a battery indicator, and over here we have the clock in the corner. Across the top we've got internet, we've got work, play, settings, and others. Web browser, it's obvious. Oops, and the touchpad is fairly sensitive, obviously, as it just opened up the web browser, which, as you can see, does take a few seconds to open up. No, start new session, which I don't have the Wi-Fi turned on, so this isn't going to matter too much. But as you can see, we have web browser. Let's minimize that for a minute and we'll go back to it. Anyway, we have web browser, email, Sky chatting, FB reader, network dial-up, Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it, mobile connection, video online. In the work tab, we've got Sky Word, Sky Table, PDF viewer, dictionary, calendar, calculator, and file manager. Under play, there's not much there. A media player, flash player, image gallery, paintbrush, and a recorder. Why there's a recorder, I'm not sure, because there's no built-in microphone. Under settings, we have desktop template, sound setup, date time setup, network setup, owner profile. Under others, we have SkyTar, which is a zip RAR program, software installer, and printer manager. Okay, well, we know. Yeah, it's just too sensitive. Okay, anyway, but that's, it's a basic version of WinZip. Software installer. There was an update. There's an update online here. When I first got this, I did hook it up, and I updated it online. There was updates for it. I'm not sure how to actually install software on this. According to it, you can't install any, so I'm not sure what it's exactly for. Printer manager, that's kind of self-explanatory. Desktop templates, as you can see, the one we already looked at is the first one. That would be the system style. Oh, sorry. Theme, there we go. Okay, here it is here. It's like a funny little rabbit type of, I don't know. Install theme now, and I'll show you that in a second. We'll go back to it. There's only two themes. There's a basic one, and there's this one. Okay, if I minimize this, but here it is here. As you can see, everything is kind of rabbit. There's a web browser with a rabbit. It's a comical children's thing. Got carrots, carrot phones, a little carrot car, and people in a car, whatever, I don't know. It's interesting. It makes it different. I mean, my kids like it, of course, and other kids will like it. Down here, we've got active programs, as you would see. That's the Bon Echo web browser, which is a Firefox derivative, actually. And here's the themes again. Okay, we'll go back to the standard one. Apply. It's the classic style, as they call it. You could change languages, of course. You got the system styles, which is the fonts. If you need bigger fonts, whatever, you can, change them. Toolbar style, icon size, family size. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, we'll go back to Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it. I call it Wi-Fi. It's going to find mine. It's going to take a second. I did have, for some reason, I had a major problem getting this hooked up to my wireless internet. But once I reset my router and I reset this, it did work. I'm not sure why it did all that. Preferred network, change to that one. and we click OK. Yeah, it wouldn't work at all originally. I mean, if I turned off my security, it connected perfectly fine, but with the security on, it wouldn't work. But I reset the netbook here, and I reset my router, and then it connected perfectly. And let's find out if it's going to connect here for the demo. It's connected. This is what it did. It would acquire. It would say acquiring IP address, and then it would fail. And it would say I could not acquire IP address. It did that every time, and I don't know why. It worked. Okay. Well, there we have it anyway. So we are connected to the Wi-Fi here. Let's open up the browser. Now the browser is, there's no flash, so you're kind of limited to what sites you go to. So you are limited to, you know, certain sites you go to. Flash won't work at all. I couldn't figure out how to install any flash in here. It just really won't work. Why, I don't know. I guess it's just how it works. This is B, so depending on the site, depending on your connection, it does take a while. Lots of times the error will pop up where it'll say that it can't open the page or whatever. I don't remember exactly what the error is. But here it is here. If we scroll down, this is test breaks, as you can see. If we scroll down, yeah, there's usually a flash thing on here, but it's not even showing up actually for them. But I mean, the browser works. You know, it's a nice little browser. It's small, obviously. It's a 7-inch screen. If you have a site that, you know, if you go to a site that's adjustable, that's automatically adjusts, you're a lot better off. But this one here, only goes down to 800 by 600, I think. And the resolution on the screen is smaller than that, as you can see. But for being B, on my network, it works fine. And for being wireless B, it seems to work okay. And it's, you know, as you can expect. I mean, for basic browsing, you know, it works. I mean, as you can see, the pictures look nice. It's nice and they're nice and clear. The colors are decent. They're kind of washed out. It's kind of bright. But for the most part, it is, you know, it's a basic web browser. Email is email. Mobile connection, you can hook it up to a phone if you need to. Video online. You're supposed to be able to, like, play YouTube videos and stuff like that on here, but I couldn't get it to work. I really couldn't. I'm not sure exactly how it works. That could be a problem. No, there's the player. No videos playing. Home. YouTube.com. Video. I'm not sure. I could not get this to work. So I don't know really what it does. FB reader. It's a reader. It's a book reader, you know. It's an open or new book reader. Work. Skyword. It's obviously a basic word processor. Abbey Word. The keyboard itself is, the keys are really small. It takes quite a bit to get used to. You're not going to be doing much speed typing on this until you really get accustomed to using it. PDF viewer, that's easy. Dictionary, that's easy. Calendar, we know what the calendar is. Calculator, it's called Calculator actually. It's really big, but it's basic. Calculator. Notation modes, we've got algebraic, reverse Polish, and formula entry. So, you know, it's a little bit more than basic, but it works. The media player, I did throw a video on here, and unless you make it the right size, which as soon as you turn it on, unless I turned it off, it's going to tell us a warning. Yeah, I turned it off. But it gives you, normally it gives you a warning about the size that the movie you can actually use, and it's like 320 or something. And if you use any bigger, I found that it really messes up. It really messes up with playback. Image gallery is, you know, your image gallery. You can put all your photos and everything on here. It's GQ View. I don't have anything on here, I'm sorry. Actually, my 3-year-old son has actually been using this more than anybody. the little paint program. He really likes it. He was actually using it by himself. Originally, I was helping him, but after a few minutes, he got the hang of it, and he was picking the colors and everything all by himself. That's not bad for a 3-year-old. As I said, recorders, it really doesn't work. Flash player, supposed to be able to play Flash stuff. I guess you have to put Flash programs on here, or Flash files on here to play them. So there is Flash in here. It is Flash capable, but you just can't, visit a Flash website. Like I tried to visit one of my kids' websites to let them play with it. I think it was Nickelodeon, and it's an all Flash site, so I couldn't visit it at all for them. It wouldn't work at all. Now here's sound set up. It's real basic, very, very basic. Once this thing is actually up and running, it does seem to be, fairly fast. I mean, you could see this is all done in real time. Overall, I mean, for the price, it's not bad. It's a nice little computer. I'm actually going to let my wife have this, because they say she can use a PDA for her nursing classes and all that, or something like this, which something like this would be perfect for her. She can use the reader, the PDF files, and all that stuff, and just put everything on there, and she'll be fine. And plus, she can access the internet if she needs to. And there is this, the Sky chatting program. USB. I hooked up USB drives. I hooked up. This is Pigeon. I'm sorry. Is the chatting program, which most people should be familiar with. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, USB drives. I didn't run across any that didn't work. I only tried 3 different ones from 3 different manufacturers, and they all worked fine. Cards, memory cards seem to work fine as well. I didn't have any problem with those. I really don't know what else. I mean, you can use dial-up too on here, but the problem is I don't think there's a modem. Is there? Yeah, there's no modem on this. So I'm not sure why there would be a whole network dial-up section on here. But anyway, this is the MIPS 400. It's I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's only 400 megahertz processor and all that, but I don't know. I had fun playing with it. I took it upstairs, in my bedroom, and I had it. Just browsing on the internet, just playing. That's all. And it's fine. I mean, the keyboard is small. It's a small keyboard. It does take quite a bit of time to get accustomed to, but overall, it's not a bad little device. It's lightweight. Honestly, it seems like a toy. I'm surprised. One thing nice about it is it's quiet. There's no hard drive rattling, anything like that. Space-wise, of course, you only have a gig, but you can upgrade it by memory card. So you can use quite a bit. Well, that's about it. This is the Alpha 400 from Geeks. Last time I checked, I think it was on sale for $165. Their prices changed quite a bit, so I'm not sure what it is right now. I'd have to look. But it's really, for the price, for under $200, this is not a bad. It's not a bad little netbook, computer, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm sure. I know a lot of people got on this online. They were bad-mouthing it quite a bit. Personally, I don't know. I think it's a cool little toy, basically. It's a cool little toy. I mean, yeah, there are phones out there that are probably more powerful than this, but they're not like this. I mean, this is actually cheaper than a phone. Yeah, of course, there is no G, so you're stuck with B as your fastest wireless speed. But for basic stuff, it's not a big deal. I mean, if you're in that much of a hurry, to browse websites or check your email, then you need to go and buy something else, I guess. Hey. But anyway, shut it down. Log out of system, yes. One thing about this is, when you turn it off, you have to actually turn it off, by shutting it down. If you close the cover, it won't turn off, or we're going to standby or hibernate or anything like that. But that would be the Alpha 400 from Geeks.com. I don't know, overall, I'd probably say it's about a 7. 7 out of 10. Design's nice. It's lightweight. I did take it apart. I should have took pictures of it, but I got to a point where I couldn't get it apart, and I just got frustrated with it, and so I figured I would put it down before I smashed it. But anyway, hooking up to the Ethernet, it was very fast. Hooked up to my home network, first off. But anyway, that's the end of this review here, or taking a look at it. Read the rest. Thanks.